Hello, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 of my You Are the Revolution unboxing and testing video. If you haven't seen part 1, I'd recommend going watching that first. So that is where I unboxed the entire collection and showed every product that you get. And now in this video I'm going to be going through as many of the products as I can, testing them all out so you can see for yourself how they work. This is everything I got inside. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with eyeshadow, and for that I'm going to use this palette here. So this is the Reloaded Spotlight palette. Now you do get quite a few options for eyeshadow palettes, but for today's look I'm going to be using this one here. You do also get a little set of eye brushes, so I'm going to use these for this look. These are all the gorgeous shades inside the Spotlight palette, and I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to take like the fluffiest blending brush in that kit, and I'm just going to start blending that through my crease. Shall I zoom you in a bit? So I'm just taking that shade a little bit at a time and kind of building it up through my crease. So these blend out really nicely and really easily, and this shade is absolutely stunning. Like, I'd quite happily just wear this shade on its own, to be fair, but that wouldn't make for a very exciting eyeshadow look. So I'm also just blending that on my lower lash line with that same brush so that it's super blown out. My eyes always have a complete meltdown when I put anything on my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with the more kind of oval brush and the smallest amount of this shade here. Now the only thing I think this palette is missing is a matte shade kind of between the really light shades and the really dark shade. It just needs something to kind of blend between those two, but we'll make it work. So yes, I'm going to go in with the teeniest amount of that. So I'm just going to add some depth to this outer corner and then kind of slowly blend that up into the crease. And then I'm going to take that same shade on the very end of the brush and just kind of pop that right next to my lower lashes. I automatically want to go in with this shade because it's just what I do, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more adventurous. So I'm going to go in with the shade in the middle on the top row, and I'm going to apply that to my lid. So it just looks like that. It's actually a really nice shade. It looks a bit darker in the pan. And I'm just gonna pop that straight on my lid. And then towards the end, when there's hardly any product left on my finger, I'm just starting to blend that out into the darker eyeshadow in the outer third. And because it's just screaming my name, I'm going to just put a little bit of that in my inner corner. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush just so I don't pick up too much of the colour. Just swirl it in there and just pop that on the inner corner. So I'm just going to pop some mascara on, and then I'll be right back to finish off the rest of my face. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow look with mascara on. So I just put it on my top and bottom lashes. I'm actually really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. Now the colours aren't like crazy bright, but I actually really like that, and I think it'd be perfect for people who are like just starting out with makeup. Like, this would make such a great Christmas present for somebody who's just starting to get into makeup, who wants like a bunch of products to start practicing with, because you do get such a nice mix of products. You get like your bronzers, like completely opposite sides of the spectrum eyeshadow palettes. Like, you've got your pinky tones and your more bluey, like greeny, olivey tones, and then the two little quads as well. So I think it's just such a nice mix of products, and it would be perfect for somebody just starting out because the like eyeshadows aren't insanely bright. It'd just be really nice for maybe like a teenager who's just starting to get used to it and just wants to get into the makeup game. Yeah, I think this would be perfect. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to my face. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Bronze and Contour palette that you get in the set. I think I'm going to use the third shade, so this one here, because it's not a really cool tone shade. It's not really dark like this one, but it's not as orange as that one. I feel like this would just make the perfect bronzy shade for me. I've just zoomed you guys back out because I realised she was still like right in my face. Yeah, so because I don't know how pigmented this palette is, I'm just going to go in with the teeniest amount to start with and then build it up once I know what I'm working with. So yeah, that is just like 2 dips in the palette. I'm just going to start bronzing up this. Okay. I think I definitely made the right choice on the shade, and this is an extremely pigmented product and palette. Yeah, so like before that was just 2 dips. I've just literally put 1 more dip on there and making sure to tap off the excess. Yeah, so I'm just gonna build that up a little bit more. So that is a really nice shade, but yeah, you just need to go in with the teeniest amount and build it up little by little. And now I'm just going to, I want to like contour my nose a little bit, so I'm going to go in with the lightest shade and like a really big fluffy brush. And I'm actually going to mix in the, like, honestly when I say the teeniest amount, I mean the teeniest amount of the shade we were using on my cheeks. And I'm just going to run this down the sides of my nose. This is either going to be a really good idea or the worst thing I've ever done, but for blush, because there isn't actually a blush in this collection, it's like the only face product it's really missing, I'm going to take the Red Sky at Night palette and I'm going to try, emphasis on the word try, and use this as a blush. Wish me luck. Like, we'll start with that. Okay, so it's barely touched my cheek and I can already see it, so I'm just gonna kind of push it on my hand and then okay, so that didn't go as horrific as I thought it would, to be honest. That's actually a really nice blush shade. I think it goes really nicely with the pinky tones on my eyes as well. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I just have to pop a little bit of blush on my nose as well, because I think it just looks really cute. So next for highlight, I'm going to use the Pressed Body Highlighter with shimmer. It just looks like this. So it's really nice, goldy, rose goldy kind of tone. I did swatch it on my hand in the unboxing video in part 1, and it was like a gorgeous shade, and I just want to see how that applies on my face. Now it is a body highlighter, but same, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just praying this isn't going to be too dark. No, that is fine. Yep. Now I really like that this has shimmer in it and not like big chunks of glitter. It just looks like a lot more natural, but then you can still build it up to make it like a really bright highlight, and I just love that. I'm starting to fall out with the really chunky highlighters. I definitely prefer a more shimmered one over a glittery one. I'm just highlighting the same places I always do, so my cupid's bow, cheekbones, nose, and above my eyebrows. And then just to finish off my base, I'm going to go in with the illuminating fixing spray. Okay, that is definitely a very direct spray, and hold as far away as I can, just because that is a very like powerful direct spray. Wow. Okay, that is very wet. I'm all over my mirror, why do I always do this? Okay, while that's soaking in, I'm going to move on to lips. You get the 2 shades, so you get like a nudie colour and a bright red. Now, as much as I want to use the bright red right now, I'm going to be good. I'm going to use the nudie colour just because I think it'll go a lot better with this eyeshadow look. Now, I am quickly going to line my lips, and to do that I'm going to use the Revolution lip liner that I got in the advent calendar. It's just like a nudie shade. I think it'll go really nicely with this lipstick. yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go in with the shade Seduction. So it's just this very muted, really nice, like pinky nudie colour. Now this is definitely a lot lighter than anything else I've tried before. Now I'm not saying that as a bad thing, it's just I'm not really used to really light shades. But it's really, really nice shade, and it does work quite nicely with that lip liner. That lip liner is a little bit dark, but if you like the darker outline with the lighter colour in the middle, then this is a really nice lip combo. You do get 3 lip glosses. For this look, I think it'd be really nice to go in with the shade Rose Quartz. So it's just a really shimmery, pinky, goldy colour. So that is the lip gloss over the top. I feel like it just makes your lips look so much fuller. But yeah, it's a super nice combo. I actually really like how that's ended up. So this is the finished look. I'm really happy with how it turned out, to be fair. I think this collection is honestly amazing. Like, it's so worth the money. Only £30, you're getting so many products. Did originally say 80, so I don't know if that's what it's worth, because if you were gonna like buy everything separately or what, but yeah, it is only £30, which is unreal. It's such a good price. Like I said earlier on, I think this would make an amazing Christmas present for somebody who's like just starting to get into makeup. It'd be a really nice way of getting them a nice range of product. It's a really, really good collection for such a low price, and all the products are really good, really easy to work with, and honestly, I can't recommend it enough. I'm obsessed with Revolution as it is, and no, this isn't sponsored, I'm not being paid to say that or anything like that. Paid for this with my own money, would buy it again. It's amazing. I highly, 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 highly recommend. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, so like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let me know in the comments if you would buy this collection, because I'd definitely buy it again. I think it's amazing. But yeah, or if there's any more sets or anything like that that you want me to try out for you, let me know below and I'll get that done. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.